This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 1998. This week on the Electric Playground, we talk to Mike Wilson about God. We take a look at the amazing Zelda 64. We travel to Dallas, Texas and visit Ion Storm. And we talk to the creators of Mortal Kombat 4.
Now, id, the company that brought you Quake, had one too many Johns. Now, John Carmack stayed to make Quake 2, and John Romero, he left to form Ion Storm.
Hey, Electric Playground's here in Dallas, Texas. We're here to talk to the people at Ion Storm, and guess what? We're going up there. The space is all fixed up. Last time we were here, it was just being put together. There was metal girders and drywall all over the place.
Yep.
How has this been?
It's turned out exactly the way we wanted it. We've gotten everything in here that we've wanted.
I'm Doug.
I'm Mindy.
And we're going to give a quick tour of Ion Storm.
And it looks cool and it's a fun place to work.
This is our lovely receptionist, Jennifer Emmert.
Noel Stevens, our web designer, the guy that puts everything to the public.
Hi.
William Haskins, our writer. What's up? Bob Pop, that's trademarked. What you got, Bob?
I got nothing. What do you got, Doug?
What are some of those things that you guys have in here?
We have the room that we needed for Will Lecanto to do music, sound effects, voiceovers. The art staff takes up like half the thing.
And those are all those little metal cubicles that you see all over the place?
They're everywhere. Well, we wanted the deathmatch stations over here with the motion capture right on top of it.
Any thoughts that Todd Porter did Dominion? That's all a cover. That guy, Dominion.
How you doing, Todd?
Good, how you doing?
Real good, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So you got to tell me a little bit about your history. I understand you've been in this business for quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I started at a tiny little company up in Chicago, Penguin Software, and was at Origin for some time, worked on my own title, Knights of Legend, and the Ultimate series, and I actually worked on a lot of the titles at that point because you pretty much, everybody had to help out.
How would you explain Dominion to people that are scouring the shelves for a new real-time strategy game?
Well, I think that, you know, the most important thing is that people who had that experience when they played Warcraft and Command & Conquer when they first came out, of just being addicted to the title. Dominion certainly is a title like that, and I think that, you know, that's probably its biggest selling point. I think what will get people hooked is the fact that we've innovated so many different directions on that. We've got over 90 minutes of cinematics and 1,000 frames of animation per unit, and the AI is so advanced that it'll be like playing another human being.
Jake Strider Hughes. I'm associate producer for Daikatana and Anachronox.
Anachronox, that's Tom Hall's game.
Tom Hall's.
Where can we find Tom Hall?
You know, if you'll follow me, I think that he's busy.
Let's talk about Anachronox.
Anachronox, what does that mean? Well, it's anachronism, it's a thing from the past, and nox means poison from the past, and then ideas started forming around that of a city that had this weird poison from the past, and the people didn't want to live there, and then they purged it, but then all the scum of the universe came in there. Anyways, it's a 3D sci-fi RPG, it's third person. There's 7 characters, 3 of which you play at a time, and they travel through the universe trying to figure out this big mystery, what's going on, and how can they stop what's going on.
That's it?
That's about it, dude.
Cool.
I'm not talking anymore.
Okay, you're done.
Hey, no. Stop it.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Let's talk about Daikatana. How is it all coming together? How are things going?
It's going really good. Like pretty much all the models have been finished. Animations are almost finished for everything. The skins are going to take a little bit more time because we only have one guy doing skins. Everything's moving along and getting stuff finished.
Is the story changing at all? It's sticking
same
straight.
Story.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, just being filled out better.
We popped in and we took a look at this amazing theater room that you guys have.
State-of-the-art THX theater.
How much did a rig like that cost?
I don't know, I don't think about it too much. Yeah. All I think about is I gotta make some really cool games to pay this money back. I'm just worried about paying the money back.
It's the only way to watch the Electric Playground.
Everybody's got to have a TV this big.
Gary, it's time.
Shh, I'm trying to play. Wildlife Golf on Nintendo 64 for people who put golf above all else.
Gary! Yes! Oh, yes!
Sorry.
F1 World Grand Prix on Nintendo 64. You'll get carried away.
And when you obtain all 7 Chaos Emeralds as Tails, he becomes Super Tails. He is invincible and gets 4 Super Flickies.
4 Super Flickies following him that absolutely dominate bosses.
Yes, Dr. Robotnik will not know what it is.
This is gonna be a minute, but hey, really quick, thank you for supporting the Electric Playground Classic. Please tell a friend. Past and Present Games is proud to support Victor and EP Classic as we celebrate video game history every Saturday morning. Where were we? See you next week. Play forever.
Favorite Sonic level? It's probably impossible to choose, so many classics. I like the sound of tails flying. Shua, 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 shua.
According to Nintendo, Zelda 64 is going to be one of the biggest selling games ever for their system. Now, we got a chance to talk to Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator and designer of the Zelda series, to find out why.
In my mind, this Zelda game is like a great adventure book that requires the combined imaginations of both the author and the reader. My goal was to make a place for players that would be very different from the real world. The Nintendo 64 lets me realize this goal better than ever before.
It will be the single biggest selling piece of video game software in history.
Why is this going to be the game of the year?
We think Zelda 64 could well be the biggest game ever.
Is it just that the game is now a 3D action-adventure title, or is there a lot more gameplay going on in this?
I think the mechanics that are possible with Nintendo 64 allow us to do a lot more stuff that's really intuitive and allows a player to really feel like he's more in touch with his character.
Mr. Miyamoto, I was wondering if you'd use the 3D power of the N64 to help create a more realistic simulation for this Zelda.
Sometimes it's not very good to become closer to the reality because it's very difficult to play. For example, if you are playing with an actual goal, it's very difficult to make a very good score. But in the simulation game of the golf, you can easily get a good score. That's what you are enjoying with the simulation.
How was Miyamoto and his team able to get beyond some of the fogging issues and give us these rich textured backgrounds?
They're magicians. They know the hidden arts of video gaming is that we have that 256 megabit ROM card instantly addressable, and it's pulling things down as we need them in real time.
What about a Game Boy version, another Game Boy Zelda game?
Mr. Miyamoto's team is now working on a color version. Basically, the storyline is the same, but for the Game Boy Color, it's reprogrammed.
Tell me about the innovative control in Zelda 64. I understand that you're no longer performing the jumps with the buttons. It automatically does it for you.
The player has other things to think about. You just need to be able to gauge how far you can jump. The other thing is that you have a little fairy, a little companion who constantly goes around you and finds important things in the background. Your fairy will show you who the enemies are, who the nice people are, where your hidden items are, what to look for. And that's absolutely crucial in a game that's this huge.
Well, everybody in the world's waiting for this one, man. Can't wait.
We're extremely excited about being able to bring it out. Everybody's wanted it. Everybody's been asking for it. It's finally perfect, and everybody's going to get it.
Thanks, Alan.
My pleasure.
EP wanted to find out more about God, so we went straight to the source.
Why did you guys have to create Gathering of Developers?
It was a result of my experience being at top independent development companies at id and Ion Storm, and seeing that even those guys with the best games in the business and reputations and supposedly the best deals had a pretty rotten deal. You know, it was very hard. I was the intermediary between protecting these developers from the big bad publishers, and in too many cases, they really were the big bad publishers. It became apparent that, you know, with 1 or 2 games, you can be as good as the rest of these guys. But we have the relationships to bring out, you know, half the top 10 games in any given year on the PC. And so it was a pretty easy decision to say, you know, let's all get together. We look forward to other traditional publishers going, okay, you really can pay those royalties to the good guys, and you really can let them have a say in the marketing, and it really is better to tell people who made the game than who shipped it to the shelf.
What are the games that you guys have coming out in the next little while?
The ones we're showing here, our very first game is Jazz Jackrabbit 2 by Epic Mega Games. It's fantastic. It's a side scroller, the best one ever made. It was what most reviews are saying right now. We've got Fly from Terminal Reality that's got the Microsoft Flight Sim guys shaking in their boots. We've got Railroad Tycoon 2 from Pop Top, sequel to Sid Meier's classic. The response from that game's been bigger than any game I've ever been involved with, including Doom and Quake.
What about this heavy metal license that I've heard about?
We just announced that. That's in very early stages of development. But it's so exciting just as a deal that we had to announce it. It's fantastic. That's very likely our big game for 99.
Right on. Great to meet you.
Good to meet you.
All the success for this thing, man. We're all pushing for you.
Thanks a lot.
Why is there a toilet paper roll in the back of this plane here? What's this all about?
You never know. You know, these Cessnas are small, but if you're agile enough, there's actually a lot you can do on one of these. Just right from the wing. That's great.
More now on the escalating police chase that began as a joyrider's need for speed. Every available officer has been called in to stop the Lamborghini Diablo, and it looks like the sheer number of officers out here is about to end this chase. Wait, the joyrider is going over the roadblock. Whoa. This is unbelievable.
Stick 'em up.
Yes, it's going to be a long night for law enforcement. Need for Speed 3. Hot Pursuit.
Can you do a karate move of your choice that you like?
Ooh. Give the old chop. There you go.
Fighting moves. I'm not gonna go dance around doing fighting moves.
This stuff I really can't handle.
Show me your favorite move.
Okay, well, I don't know. Is this a Any more questions?
I'm here at Midway in front of the big gong, and we're talking about Mortal Kombat, the whole kind of series. I got some good friends of mine here. This is Ed Boone, programmer. We got John Tobias, and this new guy, Dave.
Dave Mikicic.
How's it going? Now, what I want to talk about first is, let's talk about MK4.
This is basically the biggest jump in since Mortal Kombat 1 that we've made in terms of gameplay and presentation. You know, that everything is in 3D now, movement can be in 3D. We added weapons, interchangeable weapons, which no other game has had. We're very excited. We've had a very positive response over the game, too.
Mortal Kombat, each game has always centered around the villains of the game, and all the other characters were just sort of built around them. In this game in particular, the new villain is Shinnok, and his henchman is Quan Chi, kind of like in the other Mortal Kombats, it was Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. Right, so we got a new set of villains, and the heroes that are sort of presented here are sort of in reaction to the new set of villains. So.
We had a lot of the people that are actually on the team, and we brought in some other talent, and they went into the motion capture facility, did all the motion. Ed picked a lot of the moves he wanted and directed him, kind of like we did in the past, but this time it's all in the computer.
Was there ever any Mortal Kombat underwear?
You know, I don't think there was. There might have been Mortal Kombat Halloween costumes and what have you.
Halloween costumes, but no underwear. I want to get me some, you know.
Socks. There have been socks.
Socks.
Yeah.
Socks.
Yeah.
Very cool. What does the future hold now for Mortal Kombat? What are you guys working on next? Is there an MK5, Dave?
Definitely. MK5.
Yeah. How about yourself, John?
Then we're also working on a game called Mortal Kombat Special Forces, which stars Sonya.
Hi.
Hi.
So real quick, who's your favorite character out of all the Mortal Kombats?
Scorpion, absolutely.
Scorpion?
Visually, I'd say Goro.
Goro?
Reptile.
Well, I gotta tell you guys, this is my favorite right here.
Yeah, it's nice. Get the microphone out of my face.
Sorry. Well, bye. Recently, I went to heat.net, and you can heat.bet. I got me a heat.shirt. So I'm here at heat.net playing one of the only multiplayer games that isn't available on heat.net, the original Pong, with my opponent here, Rich Pearson. How's it going here, Rich? I'm waiting for a little competition, actually. Whenever you're ready to start playing, let me know.
Well, I'm distracted by your shirt.
Tell me about some of the promotions that you guys do here at Heat. I mean, I hear there's some pretty intense stuff.
We give away $20,000 a week in cash and prizes.
So you must have to be like super awesome, though, in order to win 20 grand.
Not at all, Tommy. We reward people just for playing. Even you could win some degrees.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Ouch. And with your degrees, you can actually go into our store and buy free games. In fact, we've got hundreds of members who have earned 5 or 6 free games already.
So what do you actually have to do to get on Heat.net?
www.heat.net. Register and play. Everything's free.
Everything's free?
Register for free, log in for free, and play games for free.
Keep talking about this Crazy Gary person.
Crazy Gary is our CEO who actually spends 6 hours a day playing games on the network. He's out there giving away $100 bills. It's all part of this $20,000 a month program that we've got going on.
Yeah, but is he any good?
He's really good actually at Quake and Quake 2.
Yeah, but is he any good at ping pong?
He could take you. You're pretty weak.
Can you guys actually call him Crazy Gary to his face?
Never call him Crazy Gary to his face. He'll freak out.
So I understand you're pretty good at Pong.
Better than you, punk.
You actually take money out of your own wallet every day.
Might be $10, it could be a $100 bill. One of the most popular ones is one I call a Lucky 7. If you come in 7th, you win. You don't have to be a gaming superstar to win.
Anyone can win who's online.
Anyone can win who's online. That's the idea.
How do you actually spend your Heat degrees online?
In the Heat store, which we call the black market, you use those degrees to buy games, or the hot thing in the black market right now are the 3DFX Voodoo 2 cards.
Is there any truth to the rumor that you were a naval submarine officer?
Yeah, I was an officer on a nuke fast attack submarine.
Oh, so that must have helped you out in playing video games.
Absolutely not.
No? Did it have any similarities at all?
Yeah, we had 130 guys on a sub, got about 130 in Segasoft, so I'd say that makes Heat and subs exactly the same.
Yeah, that's really crazy, Gary.
Dive! Dive!
You don't have to pay money.
Right.
To be a member of Heat.net.
Right.
Okay. You're giving away $20,000 a week.
Right.
How the hell do you guys make money?
We're supposed to make money too?
So Gary, what would you say the most popular games on Heat.net are right now?
Hot games on Heat right now, Quake 2, Warcraft 2, and our own Netfighter, which is the internet's first hand-to-hand fighting game. Really hot.
When people go on Heat.net and they see Gary online, that's actually you, Gary, the president of Segasoft.
That's actually me.
And would that be the Crazy Gary that they're playing against?
Nobody calls me Crazy Gary to my face. We're gonna play for something now, punk.
Oh, a real game, huh? Well, I understand you have some San Francisco Giants season tickets. You want to put them on the line, buddy?
My Giants tickets? Yeah, sure, I like sure bets. But how about you?
Me and you.
How about that silver shirt?
All right, crazy boy, let's go! Great seats! Woo, Vic! Woo!
This is the spectacular Arm Champs 2 arm wrestling game. Here's a quick tip. If you're having trouble with one hand, try two, and if not, get a bunch of friends.
Hey, it's time for the Tekken 3 move of the week. This time we've got a vicious one from Heihachi. Don't get this guy mad. Ready? It's forward plus right punch. Down forward plus left punch. Forward plus left punch. Backward plus right punch. Finish him off with a left punch.
Gary, it's time. Shh, I'm trying to punch. Gary.
While I golf on Nintendo 64 for people who put golf above all else.
Sorry. F1 World Grand Prix on Nintendo 64. You'll get carried away.
I just really hope he listens to us. Hey. Oh, hey, Trevor. We're glad you're here.
Why don't you ask?
You know, at first it was just on special occasions and weekends, but now it's every weeknight. I can't keep this up.
Picked up Tekken 3 from P&P Games last week. Beat us every time. Broccoli. Making you too good.
You know, seeing as it's summer, there's about 50 or 60 different baseball games out there, and we thought that we should probably take a look at a few of them.
Well, we got a lot to cover, so hurry up.
All right, okay. What about Triple Play Baseball 99 for the Sony PlayStation?
The intro is cool.
Yes.
They did that whole old school intro, and it's kind of like the history of baseball.
Takes you through baseball through the ages.
It's awesome. I like the menu screens. EA with their presentation and their camera angles as the guy stepping up to the plate. Always awesome. The motion capture is always excellent.
They got the camera angles really well done this year. Remember last year we had some problems with the camera, but this year it's good. The only problem I had with this game really was that it was so choppy. It almost became unplayable. There's lots of slowdown, and it just feels like it's in soup or something.
Better graphics, lower frame rates, an improvement over last year's. Graphically, it looks great.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
I give it a 7.
7 out of 10?
Yeah.
All right. Major League Baseball 99 for the Sony PlayStation.
One of the big problems I had was like some of the home runs, like you hit a home run and you can see the ball through the wall. There's a lot of like these priority
well, what's
problems
with the cheesy home run stuff too? You get this little taped on, tacked on home run. It's like from the 16-bit era. Cheesy game. I thought the animation was good. It was a fast-playing game, but there's just there's not enough gloss on it. Gameplay, it's fine though. I liked MLB 99 better than Triple Play 99 this year on the PlayStation. I'd give that a 7 out of 10.
I gave it 7.5.
7.5? Yep. Okay, what'd you think about Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball from Nintendo 64?
This is probably my favorite baseball game of this year. Believe it or not, it's the funnest to play.
It's very fun. It's sticking true to the tradition of the Ken Griffey games on the Super Nintendo.
They're a little arcadey.
Very arcadey, very pick up and play. You're in the game immediately. All the teams are there, all the players are there. It's a lot of fun, it's very fast.
The best part about Ken Griffey is the whole pitcher and batter interface, though, with the analog stick. When you're pitching, you pick your place where you want to pitch, but then you can drift it. And the batter's trying to find where the guy is drifting and find in the batting zone.
Analog is great for the pitching and the batting.
And it really looks the best. I mean, it looks the best for the console games. It is the best looking baseball game I think I've ever seen on any console.
Looks good, plays better. 8.5 out of 10 for me.
8.5 is what I gave it also.
All right, okay. What'd you think about Triple Play 99 for the PC?
Now, Triple Play 99 for the PC is the best looking baseball game for all the systems.
Ever.
Best looking. The motion capture is amazing. The presentation. We mentioned the intro earlier with the PlayStation. Same
play-by-play stuff. Same camera angles.
Tons of stats. I mean, you can play manager mode and just sit there and do nothing.
I think out of all the baseball games, I enjoyed this one the most. I think it satisfied me on a bunch of different levels. I thought the play was there. I thought the pitching options and the batting options were solid. The manager mode thing was great. The graphics obviously were amazing. The sound was amazing. And it's a showcase title for your accelerated PC. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
8.5 for me.
8.5?
Tied with Ken Griffey.
Okay. What about a new entry? It's High Heat Baseball from 3DO for the PC. What do you think about this one?
Well, this is their first time around. It's probably the least graphically pleasing out of all the games.
You found that, eh? I kind of like the look of this. I know that they use 2D sprite-based characters, but I still enjoyed the look of it.
The batters were they seemed like compressed.
I love the backgrounds in that game. They look beautiful.
The stadiums are nice. The greatest part was when you're doing a home run derby and you can see the replay. There's this one camera, and they have all different camera angles. There's this one where the ball comes right at the camera, boom, and like knocks the camera.
The minute you sit down with it, you're in the game. You feel like you're part of it. The games are shorter, but you still feel like the strategy is all solid. This is a good second placer. I give it an 8.5 out of 10, and it's a great first effort from 3DO.
I give it 7.5.
7.5? A bunch of great baseball games out there, so don't hesitate. All right, man, you've been bragging all summer long how fast you can run around these bases. Why don't you go prove it?
You know what the fastest land animal is, don't you?
No, what?
Tommy T.
That was a cheetah.
Okay, that's it for this week. Bye, bye, bye. See you later. Come back next week. Bye.
Production assistance for the Electric Playground is provided by Nintendo, makers of 1080 Snowboarding. Eat.net, makers of NetFighter. Electronic Arts, makers of Need for Speed 3. Namco, makers of Tekken 3. To subscribe to Tips and Tricks, call 1-800-621-8977.
This classic episode of The Electric Playground was brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support The Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.